Now, the African National Congress Youth League is set to elect new leadership this weekend. The youth structure will finally convene its national conference at Nasrec. But there's growing concerns of interference by elders within the party. To talk to us about this and more, I'm joined by the ANC Youth League's Cebolenkosi Khumalo. A very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for making the time. When we speak about the elders and their preferred candidate, it is not you. How would you respond?
Thank you very much for having us. This is what is killing the ANC Youth League. The fact that people that have failed to lead offices when they were ministers are now having preferred specific people that must lead, people they are going to control, people that they are going to tell that you must jump, and the only thing they can do is to ask how high. That's what will collapse the league. The role of the league is to represent young people of this country. So the leadership that must be elected there is not only the leadership for the ANC, it is the leadership of young people throughout South Africa. We have seen how young people have struggled ever since the ANC Youth League has been in tatters.
And of course, you've come through the ranks as a young person, having represented the SRC at Witwatersrand not so long ago. But I imagine this is discouraging or disheartening in some way, finding out that you are not the preferred candidates. We know the likes of Fikile Mbalula were even vocal about who they would want to come in next. I mean, what does that say to you? And does that build some form of a resilience on your part?
Look, more than anything, we're motivated that we're doing the right thing. Behind us, there's many eyes, there's many young people that have supported, young people that we've represented in institutions of higher learning. And if we don't show them that you can stand up to these elders, no one will. So we are definitely motivated more than ever that we are doing the right thing. Even if elders might be disagreeing to say they have a preferred candidate, we are still going to stand. The ANC Youth League allows for contestation of ideas. Even when it comes to these conferences, people are contested. There is no super individual. We don't care who your father is. We don't care how much money you have. We don't care if you can buy champagne, you can buy whiskey in these hotels, book for people. What we are most interested in is representation of young people. Unemployment is very bad. The situation that is happening in KZN, perhaps maybe Amakhosi must come through and assess what is happening, because there might be maybe some form of witchcraft over KZN, because the events that have been happening have been so much, from the floods and to this now. Our people are suffering. So people are looking for someone who can bring hope, people that are tried and tested, people that have represented students without even having to be asked to say, represent students. And ANC is rich in leadership. There are so many people that are capable that were not even given proper chance to stand because they don't have either the resources to fund alcohol in all these spaces. If you do not have money to fund alcohol, it's quite difficult to find expression in the upcoming conference.
Right. Let's talk about that representation, Cebolenkosi, because you have young people in South Africa at the moment in real time who are not necessarily resonating with the message of the ANC Youth League. There seems to be a great disconnect, if you will. How are you hoping to lure them back?
Look, beside the young people that are brilliant, that are within the ANC Youth League, there are young people in higher institutions of higher learning that are representing what we call sub-awards within universities. We have seen the great work they are doing. The only issue, it's these elders who are no longer motivated to see South Africa grow beyond what it is. They have played their role. They are over 65. They need to step out. There are so many people within the age range who can even guide the ANC going forward. Even within the Youth League, we can speak of so many leaders throughout the country that have sacrificed, that have fought, even from COSAS, people that have represented young people. They are not given a chance. But because when they see us standing, they are more than encouraged to come back. In the previous weeks, young people have reached from all over the country. We have traveled from provinces to provinces addressing young people because of the great work and track record that we have shown and the capacity we have shown in terms of delivering. As we speak right now, we have already secured 10 million for registration fees for vets. This just shows the commitment we have towards South African young people. More than anything, the issue of unemployment, we need to tackle it. How do we tackle it? We need to ensure that after grade 12, every learner goes to the military for 2 years. Okay. In the military, they gain skills. Not only skills, they learn to love the country, the motherland that has given us so much. The moment they have so much respect for this country to a point that they cannot pee in a specific road or next to a dustbin, they will respect its institutions. You won't see ESCOM collapsing because people love the country and its people so much that they are not corrupt.
Let's talk about that and unpack it even further. We are seeing young people right now, as you and I speak, in Diepsloot, in Diepkloof, who are protesting for service delivery. But we are not seeing the ANC or the ANC Youth League coming to address those young people and their grievances, giving them the face time that they've been requesting, giving them some hope that things will be done. We are, though, however, seeing other parties going in those communities to hear what the people are, for want of a better word, crying about.
Look, this is the decline of leadership we're speaking about. When people who are seen as the preferred candidates going to the conference, you don't see them in communities fighting, representing young people, but you see them in clubs. You see them in specific places where there is champagne and whiskey. This is the decline of leadership we're speaking about. But there are many people who might not be wearing the ANC regalia, but they are ANC members. They are the ones who are actually championing these protests. They are the ones leading from the front. They are the ones leading from the back. The issue is that when the young leaders come and represent community members, we have seen that they get abused, they get arrested, the legal cases, they stretch so much that they destroy their lives. The movement, more than protecting its young people and shaping them for the future,
right, they
destroy them. That is why you are not seeing majority of young people who are brilliant and capable, who are ANC in the front. You are seeing the other minority political parties who only go there to want to negotiate with businesses so that they can have access to money, they can have access to these clubs, they can have access to these farms.
Sure.
Whereas if it was leaders of ANC who are there because they are grounded on organizational policy and respect for this country and appreciating the history we are coming from, you would have seen something different. And this is what we are representing. That's why when we were called to say stand and contest, we said we are available. Even if it might seem that odds are against us, we are going to still stand and represent young people of this country.
Listen, before we run out of time, I'll give you 30 seconds to just run me through your manifesto, if you will, heading into this campaign trail that you're currently on. You've mentioned the military, you've mentioned the education and the funds that you've raised for the hashtag Fees Must Fall, people that would need those funds. What else? What else do you stand for?
Look, what we stand for is the great policies that ANC has built, that so many leaders have come on the way and they've failed to implement them. What we stand for is to be the voice of young people continuously, as we have proven before. What we stand for is the ability to think for the future as to where is South Africa supposed to go, considering the current state.
Right.
We believe in the ANC, they have done great. However, in the past years, they've disappointed many South Africans, including us. That's why we have taken a stand to stand and contest them and ensure that the organization is brought hope and restoration.
Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. That was Cebolenkosi Khumalo from the ANC Youth League. Very spirited young man. Of course, the conference takes place this weekend at Nasrec. Still to come here.